Hello, so I've been a long time Destiny fan since year two of Destiny 1 most likely. Like right around when the Taken King came out. Um, so I decided I want to talk about Forsaken just a little bit more because this really is the the make or break of Destiny 2. If and Yeah, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. So I've been seeing a lot of videos all over the internet about Forsaken and about people saying, stop hyping it up. You already know it's going to be bad. And I don't know about you guys, but this familiar to me. Seems like Destiny 1, when everyone's like, stop talking about Taken King, the first two DLCs were shit, the game's only fun every once in a while, it's not really good anymore, stop hyping the game up, stop hyping Taken King up, doesn't it? Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 are heading on the same track, which isn't a good thing. They should have learned from their mistakes. The first two DLCs should have been good. They should have learned that. They should have made sure they were perfect and not just discount discount DLCs they could throw together quick and easy. But they didn't, and people were mad about that. I spent $100 on the special edition of this game, got all the special stuff, and I was kind of disappointed with the DLC. Warmind was the better of the two, but they still weren't good. They brought little content, and the story brought up more questions than answers. So it was not worth it. Like, for example, Warmind. I don't even remember the girl's name in Warmind, but why was why was the why like if she was such a legend, why did we never hear of her? Why are we now hearing of her? It's they broke a lot of things. They messed with a lot of lore, and we might never even get those answers. But the point is, there's a lot of Destiny fans who are doing the exact same thing they did back in year 1 to year 2 of Destiny 1. They thought, well, I don't know if I'm really gonna like this. And they're like, this game's starting to get a tad boring, so I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy this game or not anymore.
What can I do for you, Guardian?
And then Taken King came out, and everyone started to love Destiny again.
Thank you for shopping at Eververse.
So we do gotta remember that it's just going on the same track, and we're not gonna pretend that that's a good thing, but it's not the worst possible thing to happen. Also, gameplay you're seeing, just so nobody's like, oh, what's going on? I haven't finished Warmind on this account yet, so that's what's happening. Okay. And so we are going to talk a little bit about what Forsaken has to offer, and I'm quite excited. I've been doing some research, and everything seems to be in order. Big story change, new supers, new weapons, new game modes that look like they'll have a lot of after game content to them. So I think this is the change that we really needed, like just like Destiny 1 needed Taken King, we need Forsaken. Going back to the Reef was a little weird for me because I thought, oh, they're just lazy, they couldn't think of an idea, they couldn't think of what to do. And then the cinematic trailer for Forsaken came out at E3 yesterday. And let me tell you, that was rough. That was really, now we really know the whole gist of it, really. This is the story that Destiny players have needed. We needed something we care about to leave. We need to lose something in a game. Just like these, you need to lose things for it to keep dramatic. Unless it's not that type of show. Well, let's just use The Walking Dead as an example. If all they do is add new characters and kill off the new characters, right, and keep the old ones, the ones that everyone loves, the show's gonna get progressively worse because everyone is gonna be like, okay, well, there's no real risk here. It's not like this isn't really real. It's just you're just writing it to make it seem happy and fun for everyone. But in this new DLC, they're really showing us that they're not a bunch of wusses and they're not gonna mess around. They are really gonna mess with us here. I've heard a lot of stories, theories, and people are saying, I don't know, I don't think Cade's gonna actually die. They're just gonna upload him into a new body. Like, I think he's okay. And I say to that is no. I think they are smart, and now that they've released this cinematic trailer, this is basically a hint at he's dead. Completely, he's gonna die. Maybe he's not completely dead in that trailer because that would be dumb if he just died in the trailer and that's it. That's kind of telling us that Cade isn't just gonna get put back into another body. He's gone. And I know this because, like, going back to like movies and TV shows, people hate it when movies and TV shows pretend like they're killing someone off and then they don't kill them off. People absolutely hate it. Or pretend like someone's leaving and then they don't. Or whatever the circumstance is, it's annoying. I'm gonna bring up the case of a TV show called Supernatural. It's a bit annoying to me, and a personal reason why I've never liked it is because there's no cost of life. It just, if somebody dies in that show, they get revived by God. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why they even bother with killing them off in the first place. It's just stupid, you know? So I do think that now that they've shown us this, that Cade is dying, that he is going to die. Completely gone for the whole time, like, Cade's dead, is what I'm saying. And they need to give Cade one of the most memorable deaths of all time. He needs to go out with a bang. We need to see him saving somebody because let's be real here. When they killed off the speaker, who even remembers that? If you played Destiny 2, do you remember the speaker dying? Because there's a big chance you probably don't. Right, so that's just my thing. Let's talk about new weapons and supers. So there's 3 new supers, technically. I haven't looked completely into it yet, so I don't really understand how it works. They didn't add a new element, which is what I was hoping they would do, because I don't think that's too hard. I was really hoping, I had this whole idea that they would make an expansion after Forsaken, and it would be about Siva. And my whole little story plot is that since people know they can harvest Siva, the power of Siva, and use it, somebody would have taken some of the Siva before we basically got rid of it all in Destiny 1, and then they would try to harvest it, but they accidentally let it grow and fester into this giant Siva thing again, and then we would have to stop it, and that we would get possessed with Siva just a little bit, and then have a Siva super, and also be able to infuse our weapons with Siva and turn them from fire, like solar, to Siva. And I thought that would have been a really cool idea, but we're not getting those type of supers. We're getting supers with elements we already have. So, Titan, sorry, I forgot the name. I don't play Titan. Titan is getting a sort of really weird thing. I don't really know how to explain it. It's really weird. But Titan is getting another electric arc thing, where instead of it being a Fist of Havoc where he slams his ground, what he does is his new shoulder bash is slamming the ground with a Fist of Havoc, and his new super is flying through the air, clustered in electricity, and then landing slamming into the ground. So if you guys have seen Thor Ragnarok, this is a great comparison. In Thor Ragnarok, or even Infinity War, Thor goes flying through the sky with electricity around him, and then goes smashing into the ground in this giant wave of electricity, like spurts them all out and all that stuff. And that's basically what the super is. You can go close to the ground and electrocute and kill people without smashing into the ground. So I could go close to the ground, kill some people, and then go back up into the air and then fly around some more. Because as far as I know, right now it doesn't have a timer, so you can do it infinite. You can do it forever, basically. There's no timer for it yet. But that's just yet. They might change that. I think it's cool, and I always like to joke around that the Titan is just the Avenger of Destiny 2, because he is. Because he just sorry, my throat hurts a little bit today. But he has a shield. He's just like if Thor and Captain America had a love child. So that's pretty cool.
Zone B lost.
Now on to the Hunters. The Hunters also gets to fly through the air, technically speaking, where the Hunters is void. Hunter gets to pull out. Sorry. Hunter gets to pull out 2 void daggers and go jumping and soaring through the air to slice and dice and slit people's throats. Fun. It's pretty cool, and supposedly, it might, like I said, nothing here that I say is, I should actually confirm that. Nothing here that I say is confirmed or is the final product of what Forsaken's going to be, because
Defeat
things
comes
change.
for us all.
So nothing here I say is 100%. So not only does the hunter get to soar and fly through the air with 2 daggers, but the hunter also gets to see through walls. Like I said, that might not be like a thing that stays, but so far, you get to fly through walls. It's pretty cool. And you guessed it, the warlocks get the warlocks get to have I'm really trying to think, sorry. The warlocks get to use solar energy, and solar is fun, I guess. I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that, but the solar, they go from their dawn blade to, like, from flying around with their sword. When I was reading the article, I thought it was going to be that instead of throwing their sword at people, they get to slash and dash with their sword, but that's not the case. You guys remember with the sentinel shield that Titan has, that if he wants to, instead of having a shield, like, instead of bashing around with his little shields, he gets to smash it in the ground or whatever and create this giant bubble, right? Well, for the Dawn Blade, now the hunters will, the warlocks will be able to smash the sword in the ground and create this bigger energy pool around them and have bigger effects for the whole team if they stand in the pool. And of course, that's PvE, because think about doing that PvP and and like an enemy blows you up with it, right? And the new Titan ability is PvP, and the new Hunter ability is PvP, because nothing the Hunter gets will ever beat I'm really trying his or her current best subclass, the Night Stalker. The other 2 subclasses that the Hunter has is mainly PvP based, and yeah, so, and thank goodness the Warlocks is getting a really good PvE, because that sounds great. So I didn't look too much into how subclasses work with this. I think how they're working is they are going to, it's going to be like an extra thing you can select instead of something. I'm not 100% sure though. Now let's talk about the weapons real quick. I'm really enthusiastic, as you can tell. It's really late. I mean early, shit. So let's talk about the weapons, and by weapons I mean the single thing that I'm excited about in this DLC. An exotic bow. Now I just want you to take a minute and just like think about that. So hunters are my favorite, and my favorite class is Night Stalker, which might tell you where this is leading. But I love bows in video games. Bows in video games are one of the most fun things in the world. And every time there's a bow in a video game, I immediately want to grab that game and play that game for the rest of my life, because bows are fun. So they're adding an exotic bow into the game, which is probably going to be more PvE based just because not everything in PvE just jumps around like a maniac. That's what people do in PvP, so it's probably gonna be a PvE weapon. And I'm really excited for it. I don't know how it works, and hopefully they add in some sort of thing where the bows, arrows are like depending on what what energy your bow is, solar arc or void, your arrows will have a certain effect and be able to do things. I don't know. I'm just thinking here. So obviously none of this matters though. None of these cool new additions matter if if the DLC is not good as a whole. If they don't make if the story isn't good, then none of this matters anyway, because the story is what makes or breaks the game. At this point, Destiny 2 is just a story-based single player, and we're just trying to find out how it ends, find out if there's an end, find out new things, and find out answers to questions rather than find out more questions. It's like when you ask somebody a question and they reply with a question. It's a bit annoying. So hopefully this is the savior of Destiny 2, and that they finally save us from this drought of DLC, and we have some fun with something. I've got high hopes for it because this is just the change that we needed, you know. It's not some like bullshit that they're trying to half-ass it. It's like this is genuinely the story that they I mean, I got chills watching the trailer. I didn't know what it was about at first. It was crazy. I was like, oh shit, what happened to Cade? Then his ghost gets shot out and all that, and you know, and then he gets shot. But I don't think he's dead in that trailer. I think he just got shot in the face, but he's not completely dead. I do want to talk about the antagonist of this DLC, which is the Awoken Prince. I don't remember his name. I'm just gonna say it, I don't remember his name, and I think the reason why they're bringing him back is because nobody really remembers or cares about him, and that's always a problem with Destiny, is that there's always characters that you don't remember or care about, and I think this is Destiny 2's way of saying, fine, you don't remember this guy? Well shit, you'll remember him now, won't you? Destiny 2 is trying to make a villain that's like a good villain, because I don't even remember the main character for the I don't even remember the antagonist for this game, the main antagonist in this story. I don't remember that. I don't remember him at all. Like, I'm sorry. I've played through this game so many times on alternate accounts and everything, and I don't remember him. I just know he was this giant white Cabal guy, and he had a cool white outfit. That's all I remember. And that's kind of sad, if you ask me. So, therefore, they're trying to do something right and make it so we remember someone, because you can't remember somebody without something big to remember them by, you know? We remember Oryx because Oryx was a huge part of everything. And we remember Omnigul because Omnigul was annoying and nobody liked Omnigul and she should fucking die. That's why we remember Omnigul, you know. Fun fact. No, if you like Omnigul, please leave. But you know, things yeah, I have high hopes, and I've been saying that I have high hopes for every Destiny 2 DLC since I found out the previous one was shit. But I have high hopes for this. They're adding just the right amount of stuff to make a big enough change, just like Taken King did. And if Cade 6 dies, and permanently dies, not like, oh, we're gonna upload his memories into a new exo, or oh yeah, he's not actually dead, he just got shot and the whole game is that you have to save him, the whole DLC is saving him. There has to be more of a story than just like, yo, we gotta save Cade, you know? I don't think that's what the story is. I think the story is that's later on into the game, and that's like basically a cutscene we see where Cade has been captured, and like that is the fall. The true fall of the Guardians is that.
Control.
This stupid Cabal guy only nearly was only able to just nearly just grasp the death of Guardians. But I think that this awoken prince that I will have to relearn his name because I don't remember his name. I feel like this is the time where we realize that there's our people who are more dangerous than some giant white guy who takes all the light and then you get your light back in a matter of a second. There's gonna be things we're gonna be scared of in this game, in this DLC, and that's just what Destiny 2 needed. Destiny 2 needed a real story with a real loss, and this is a thing they can only do once. They can't pull it off twice. It's just one of those things, you know, where if they do it right, they've saved the story, and they completely saved the game, you know. On that note, I haven't seen anything else for this DLC on armor-wise and anything else weapon-wise. I only know about the bow. So I do want to add in a little thing where, I swear to God, if they don't add some nice hunter cloaks in real soon, I'm gonna be quite annoyed, because Destiny 1 had phenomenal looking cloaks, and Destiny 2 has black speckled cloaks, and I always look at them and be like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, it's ugly. They don't really add too many good things. I remember all the different cloaks in Destiny 1, the blue, the arc cloak, the solar cloak and the void cloak you could get from doing the strikes. I miss all the strike exclusive stuff. There was Herix? I don't remember who it was, but there was a special red cloak that I worked so hard to get. And I remember when I got it, it was the most rewarding thing in the world. And so, I don't know, not just cloaks, but I'm hoping they just make armor that isn't suited to specifically fit only the warlocks. Because I love me a good warlock. I love me some warlocks, but stop giving them good gear because there's 2 other classes in your game, Destiny. Come on, yeah, give us some stuff too. So thank you for watching. Also, if you play on PS4, please talk to me. I don't have people who play this game anymore, and I really love to play the raids because I've owned this game since day 0, and I would very much like if I could do the raids with somebody for once, because I haven't done any of them, but I'm well capable of doing all of them, except maybe the new one, but I could probably do the first and second one, so you know, I'm here. All my whole squad left me. They all left after the first DLC, which is kind of fun. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, are you excited for Forsaken? I'm gonna be posting videos on it because I know I didn't really post anything on the first 2 DLCs, Warmind and Curse of Osiris, I think. And I normally like play through the whole DLC and I'm like, okay, is this good? Do I want to talk about this? No. That was the case. They weren't worth my time talking about. There was nothing I could see like being interested in, so no. But I'll definitely be posting some stuff because I think Cade is going to permanently die, and I think somebody
5 minutes.
else might die permanently. That's just my thing. But yeah, so I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.